Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Cyber Politics. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a presidential election prediction this time. Not an election night, but an election prediction between 45th President Donald Trump and Senator from Vermont, Bolshevik Bernie. Now, as much as I hate this guy, I do have to give him credit. He tries hard to win. He just never does. So... Yeah, let's go ahead and go through safe states for Donald Trump really quickly. Wait a minute. Actually, don't forget, if you have not yet subscribed, go subscribe. I'm telling you, it's very important. Go subscribe. Thank you very much. Okay, so safe states for Donald Trump: Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, because Bernie Sanders is an outspoken socialist. It's not like he's a conservative Democrat, so it's not like he's going to make Montana any closer. So, both the Dakotas, most of Nebraska, except for its second congressional district, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, definitely, because Missouri hates progressives and outspoken socialists and all that. So, believe me, coming from a native Missourian here. Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, and honestly, that's about it. Honestly. So, now we're going to go over safe states for Bernie Sanders. I think Washington and Oregon would go to him safe, honestly. Mainly just because of all the Bernie bros that live there. They're going to get out of their mom's basements, and they're going to vote for Bernie, of course, because, they just support socialism. I'm surprised Oregon didn't go to Hillary by more in 2016 because of all the Bernie bros that get out to vote for progressives and vote for socialists. But when you look back at their records, it does say that most people who voted for Bernie in the polls would not vote for Hillary Clinton in the general. So, California, obviously Bernie would win it safe, and Hawaii, of course. Illinois, I think he would maybe just barely keep that safe. And then New York, too. Vermont, he's from there. Massachusetts, Rhode Island. And I think most of the... I'll actually retract these because high Hispanic population. And then DC and Maryland, that's pretty obvious. And I think he might just barely carry this safe. So, yeah. Anyway, so now that all the safe states are colored in, Bernie Sanders has 164 electoral votes. Donald Trump has 113 electoral votes. So, let's talk about Donald Trump likely states. Alaska, I think it's pretty obvious. Texas, because, Texas they're not going to get out and vote for Bernie, honestly. They're not going to. Because Bernie Sanders is an outspoken socialist, and there's also a lot of Hispanics in Texas as well. And I think the border crisis will also put a damper on the Democrats' what is it? Reputation, that's it. Iowa and Ohio. Is Bernie, on the assumption that Bernie Sanders would have done worse than Hillary, Iowa and Ohio would have all gone likely for Donald Trump. Because Bernie, let's be honest here, Bolshevik Bernie is not the best candidate. I mean, he's not the worst either, but he's not the best. Bolshevik Bernie is really just... And he's getting old, too. I guess that's another reason, possibly, why he's not actually running in 2024. Which is another reason why this scenario could never play out, because Bernie Sanders has already confirmed that he's not going to run in 2024. So, let's talk... Oh, wait, no, we're not done. Maine's 2nd Congressional District will definitely go to Donald Trump, likely, I think. South Carolina, can't forget South Carolina, it'll go likely for Donald Trump. Let's see, and that's really about all for now. So, let's talk about likely states for Bernie Sanders. I think Colorado and New Mexico, I think they'll both go for him likely. I think Virginia as well, Delaware, New Jersey. I think they'll go for him likely. Probably just barely Maine at large. I think he'll barely carry Maine at large likely. And probably New Hampshire, really just because he's from that area, but I don't think he'll keep it safe. I just think he might carry it likely, mainly because he's from the area, you know. So now let's talk about lean states for Donald Trump. Florida, definitely. Bernie Sanders, he's not going to win Florida mostly because of the Hispanics. They're going to be scared away from him because he is an outspoken socialist. So it does seem that Hispanics would be scared away from Bernie. Mostly because he's an outspoken socialist. North Carolina as well. I don't think they're really going to turn out for Bernie. And Nebraska, 2nd Congressional District, I think Donald Trump would take that away from Bernie as well. And I honestly think Donald Trump could win Georgia by a lean margin. I mean, obviously Republicans can't do as well as they previously did in Georgia anymore, mainly because of Atlanta growing out of control and because of the black belt. That's two very important factors to factor in when we're talking about races in Georgia. Obviously Republicans are not going to do as well as they previously did. As you can see, in 2020, Joe Biden supposedly won Georgia. And then in 2016, Donald Trump won Georgia by 5 points. In 2012, Romney won it by 7. In 2008, McCain won it by actually about the same as Trump did in 2016. So, and then 2004, Bush won it safe. 2004, Bush won Georgia safe. So yeah, obviously you can see that Georgia has been taking a shift to the left. That's obvious. I'm not going to deny the fact that Georgia has been taking a shift to the left, but that's unfortunate, really. I mean, it's really just unfortunate. Also, Arizona, lean for Donald Trump. I think it'd just barely be lean. I think maybe Donald Trump can win it by maybe a point or something. By the way, if we're looking at what my margins are, they're just the average margins. So I think Donald Trump could win Arizona against Bernie probably by a lean margin, probably by maybe a point or something. I wouldn't make it too strong for Donald, but yeah, that's how it would stand in Arizona. So let's talk about lean states for Bernie Sanders too. Nevada. No, I'm going to put Nevada tilt Bernie. I honestly think Bernie Sanders... Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to make Nevada tilt Donald Trump because you do have to admit Nevada is shifting to the right. You do have to admit that. Nevada is shifting to the right. I do think it could possibly go red on the presidential in 2024. It didn't in 2020. Actually, if you look at the difference between 2016 and 2020, there actually is no difference in the margin. But if you look at how it shifted before then you can see, and it was previously red before, but you can see that it shifted 2008, 2012, 2016, and 2020. So Nevada has definitely been shifting to the right. You can't deny that. I don't care what you say. You cannot deny the fact that Nevada has been shifting to the right. And Minnesota, I think, would go lean for Bernie Sanders. Mainly because of BLM. They're cultural Marxists. I mean, they would literally burn down their houses to vote for someone who's pro-BLM. Like, I'm not even kidding. Let's talk about the 3 remaining states here: Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. These will be the deciding states. So, for example, if you give them all to Bernie tilt, then it actually ends in a tie. But if you give them all to Donald Trump tilt, then obviously Donald Trump wins. So, Wisconsin, honestly, I think it could go to Donald Trump by maybe a point. Michigan, I think it could very, very narrowly go to Donald Trump. I think perhaps even closer than it was in 2016. If you look, it was very close in 2016. I think it could possibly even get closer than that. I'm talking about like 0. I'm talking about maybe 0.1. I think it could very well get very close in Michigan. Michigan could actually be probably one of the closest states in this race, except for Nevada and Pennsylvania. By the way, Pennsylvania I'd put tilt red, mainly because Bernie is not going to do well with blue collar workers. I mean, and let's remember, Donald Trump did well in the Rust Belt. He did very well in the Rust Belt against the same fellow progressive, Hillary Clinton. He did pretty well in the Rust Belt. But against someone like Bernie, I just don't see him really losing the Rust Belt that much, to be honest. I don't see him losing much of the Rust Belt. And I do think that losing Hispanic voters in the Sun Belt will hurt Bernie, and potentially even losing black voters in Wayne County, Michigan, could possibly hurt Bernie's chances to win Michigan and Georgia too. But I do think that Latinos in places like Texas and Florida will be turned away, and even in places like California and Arizona and New Mexico. Obviously, I'm not going to say that Donald Trump's going to win California. That's ridiculous. That would basically be the purple predictor, but Republican. So, anyway, that is the final map of Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump. Thank you guys very much for watching. Peace out.